What if I tell you that before 11, before the secret labs and the Upside Down, there was a project named Montauk? And the show is going to be named Montauk, and I don't know if you've seen it, but the Duffer Brothers said it, and I think some of the cast said as well that they were supposed to be working on the Montauk instead of Stranger Things, but they changed the name eventually. So, what is the Montauk project? Is Stranger Things based on a real story? Let's find out. Hi everyone, and welcome back to a new YouTube video on my channel. Oh my god, I've missed you so much. And before we get into this video, I'm gonna make two things straight with you. The first one is I have been very sick. Being so sick in the very first week of 2026 was definitely not on my to-do list or my goals or my vision board, but obviously it's here and completely out of my control. I wrote this script, I think it was like New Year's Eve, like that night I was just sitting and I was like, oh my god, just watched the latest episode of Stranger Things, the finale, and I was thinking, oh my god, that's crazy, I have an idea, let's do some research. Is this story real or is it completely science fiction? And I found some interesting information, and since then I've been trying to film it for you guys, but oh my god, I've been so sick. This is the first day I actually like walk around and be able to speak so much because I had a very bad throat and fever, and I'm gonna stop complaining. Let's move to the second thing, which is we hit 1,000 subscribers. Oh my god, y'all, this means so much to me. I am very blessed and thankful for every single one of you guys, because this is not just about me. This is about 13 years old me who's dreamed of having a YouTube channel and becoming a YouTuber for years, and the dream is finally coming true. And I was just thinking about something to do when we reach the 1 million, which is the ultimate goal. And I was thinking maybe I should give each of you a cookie or ice cream, or what do you guys want? Don't tell me iPhones, please. Just be reasonable. Let's just sit down and eat together when we reach that goal. And yeah, my voice sounds annoying. You're gonna have to bear with it. Without wasting your time and without complaining about the new angle, I'm just trying new things out. Let's get into it. In the 70s and 80s, the government was running so many experiments in secrecy. The documents were classified and hidden. Even when some people came out to finally speak about it, the truth was never full, like we never knew the whole story. Some of it is half rumors and half truth. One of the craziest and strangest things that people spoke of was the Montauk project. Montauk is a small town in the USA, New York, near the beach. It is Hawkins of real life. If you drive into that small town right now, you will run into something that people call Camp Hero State Park. It looks completely harmless, but I'm very sure it's gonna remind you of something that you've seen in the show. Camp Hero was a military base, and it was mainly used for advanced radar and surveillance. It was active during World War II and even during the Cold War. According to historical records, Camp Hero was built in 1942 to protect New York from attacks. And all of these information are public. You can look them up. You're gonna find articles about when this military base was created and what was the purpose of it. The only issue is that when it was closed or shut down in the 80s was very weird, because the place was literally still fenced up as if it was still protected very well. It was still a secret space that nobody's allowed to go into, and so many people claimed that it was still running that time, even though people claimed, oh, we closed it up. It was shut down. The Montauk project never became famous because of rumors or because of Camp Hero or because of leaked documents. It became famous because of a book. In 1992, a man named Preston Nichols wrote a book, and he published it under the name The Montauk Project: Experiments in Time, with co-author Peter Moon. Preston claimed that in Camp Hero, there were so many illegal experiments running by the government. Experiments involving mind control, psychics time travel, and especially the psychic ones, because he said they used children. Sounds familiar to you? Because it does sound familiar to me. Now let's get to the fun part. Preston claims that he has no memory of that time. He claims that he was working in Camp Hero, but he just doesn't remember anything about it. Even though the base was closed like in the 80s, he spoke in 1992, claiming that he's just started to regain his memories of what actually happened in there. In his book, he described some hidden tunnels under the base, labs, machines that are supposed to control human minds, and so many other things. And here is where people split into two categories. The people who decided to believe what he said, because his book was not labeled under science fiction. He wrote the book based on his own memories, based on what he lived. He believes that he was there. Someone or something made this man forget about what he has done in Camp Hero, and then he suddenly started recovering his memories through therapy. And so many people decided to not believe that. But so many people chose to believe it, especially the people who actually lived in Montauk, because they witnessed so many weird things. There was this one homeless guy, I'm not so sure how real this story is, who claimed that he saw a monster. He saw a demogorgon or whatever he saw, but probably not Vecna because he wouldn't be alive. But do you understand what I'm saying? It sounds crazy, but he says he had like creepy voices or noises coming out of that Camp Hero, and that he saw a monster. Preston also described something that made me feel so uncomfortable. The Montauk chair. A device that used electromagnetic fields to amplify psychic abilities. Sounds familiar to me as well. And tell them, oh, we're just training your mind. And by the way, this might sound very unethical, but tell me about it. Human beings run so many crazy experiments back in the time. You wouldn't believe it. I've read some crazy things. This Montauk does sounds family friendly, even though it's not. Preston claimed that they used children in so many of the experiments, and when he was asked why, he claimed that children's minds are very flexible. And even though so many people started these rumors about opening gates and portals and bringing in new creatures, and like they achieved the ability of controlling the human's mind, and the human being able to move objects and create objects just using their imagination, for me, I can't believe these are real. This could never be real, because where are they now, those kids? I mean, sure, one of them would have wanted to play Captain America for a time at least. How come none of them? Did they die? Could be. I feel like it could have been more believable if a few other people claimed that they worked in there, and if like there was at least one little evidence that Preston actually worked in Camp Hero. There were no records that he went to Montauk at all. Like he just, I think, went one with his friend or something, and then he started regaining his memories after seeing Camp Hero. Sounds unbelievable to me. But, as I said before, real government experiments did exist, and they were terrible. For example, during the Cold War, the CIA worked on MK Ultra. You don't want to know what that is. The experiments were documented, confirmed, yet declassified. Everybody knows of them. There are articles out there about how they were drugging people, trying to train them on mind control, use psychological manipulation on them. They just wanted to they just wanted to find out so many things about human beings, like how much pain can one endure, like would they confess something under torture or something like that, which is very inhuman. So yeah, human beings did cross the ethical line long ago. The only thing is that the MK Ultra has documents and proofs. Meanwhile, the Montauk Project does not. And by the way, the series that y'all watched is sort of like based on the book that Preston wrote. So yeah, that's why I said earlier the original title of Stranger Things was supposed to be Montauk. There has never been any actual proof that Montauk Project was a thing back then. Therefore, most historians, they label it under an urban legend. But I am someone who believes that these sort of legends, they must have existed for a reason. They must have been based on something that human beings were able to actually see and experience. As I said before, even if Montauk was not real, there were so many terrible and horrifying experiments that happened before in our world. I've personally lost faith in humanity kind of like a long time ago, but I'm just trying to restore it, because when I see that scientists, you're telling me you are someone that other people look up to, and you use human beings as objects, I'm gonna say 90% of the time without their consent, or maybe you tell them something other than what you're actually going to do to them, which is insane. And using children, that's the part that kills me and terrifies me every time. We see that quite a lot in science fiction or fantasy or whatever, where children are used on these experiments. And trust me, it happened. It happened maybe not once, not twice, so many times all around our world with children. Even if they're not children, but just the fact that they are kids makes it 10 times worse for me. But even if they are like grown adults, doesn't change anything. Doesn't change the fact that this is the most unethical act you can actually do in your lifetime. And what kills you is that it's coming from someone who's very, very educated. Even if they got a result, whatever result they wanted to get, oh, if we are able now to travel in time or like between dimensions, the fact that it costed so many human beings their childhood, their life, they was in so much pain, I don't think anyone's gonna enjoy the result. That's what I'm thinking right now. Maybe I am being, crazy, but hopefully I'm not. Anyways, this was today's video. The Montauk Project, or the Stranger Things original story, was based off this. Yep. The Duffer Brothers themselves said that they inspired the Stranger Things story from the Montauk, that we don't know if it was real or not yet, but so many people believe it was real, as so many people believe it was just yapping and lies and, an urban legend. So that was pretty much it. I hope I get better soon. If you have any ideas, write them down below. Oh my god, I'm so tired yet so excited for Ramadan. You might be thinking, Sarah, Ramadan is like in a month and a half. I know, but I am so excited. I've been working on like series to post on YouTube and Instagram as well. So 2 different series, one like short videos and the other one like longer videos. Also, I want you to subscribe right now if you haven't subscribed yet, and like the video and comment something below, just anything. We are pretty cool right here, like the community is cool. And thank you so much, everyone. I love you, and I pray all of your dreams come true this year. Love you, bye.